abusianfo for Alpha 1G channel first time abanso a me no bo kwan so subscribe ya man se bin this be no she bia be notification from so na be shafen so memory visual be sha more than for so enye beti for me ken sam so ten budget won sensem na be ko be bia no na obia e ka wansem na obia expect some eye niema bia nkomo pese be budget ni ade na amafo wan for madwen enko eye energy sector but amafo adwen tax the tax in the eye die or do the eye but dum so ne ade a jese na ku Ghana for a jese ku bisa NAPO aka say omo nko from time timba mo na mo se dum so hono enne nipa wonim nyansa wonim de efen joint Jinapor no na babontin eleki some information me jese more bi pa o brief niema ebakoso wa to force budget ni a jese ekwakoya de jese niema ne jese mpa jese niema odi tutu kwan mu no a jese wokase niema wa to force budget ni on energy sector hono ade a ebeboa Ghana ye pa na sika ebegye tiama Ghana no ene power ebegye tiama Ghana no edutwam ye ono so ono ntese na pa a chese wogu na point mas wantese na pa chese ono no o kase obi afa na time table na ono ntese sa name o fix the problem no or be make sure say niema ensem fata we energy sector no we make sure so be den or be fix ni nyina no we no na ebeka Steven amwa so be den ebegina o kan say ono so we she out force well pa na out force in brand be deliver niema or enfan check but niema ono expect say or be ma niema anasa attention na akoso na or kan chat to force say on present the real economy nyema wo bia onka a chese kwakoya de a chese more mi paama Steven amoy de ababontin de ekika sanse mu kamni nkuti no eba ne de nkomatwena de ato
of the problems we are engaged currently, some of the challenges confronting us, and I have every confidence that the Honorable Atifosi will deliver.
Honorable, the surety we are getting from you today is that we are not having any problem with supply issue that is resolving in some, call it doomso or call it whatever name you want to call it, that are still fueling people pushing for some timetable, Honorable.
No, this is the supply situation today. As you can see, supply outlook March 11. Demand and everything, and you can see it. No load management will be required during the period. It's here. This is the official report on shedding load. There is no load shedding, and so you cannot publish a load shedding timetable when you are not shedding load. Admittedly, we've inherited a very weak system. The transmission grid is very, very weak, and so the least opportunity, you see some areas going off, which means that we need to strengthen the grid. We need to improve the primary substations, inject more substations, especially around the Kumasi enclave and Ashanti region enclave. And that is what we are doing. This week I'm visiting the Ashanti region to inspect for myself work currently ongoing. And so I appeal to Ghanaians to bear with us. It's a very tight, difficult situation we've inherited. We require a bit of time to be able to resolve it. But let me state that as we speak, we have enough generation. There will be no need to do a load shedding timetable when you are not shedding load. But some areas have serious challenges that we've inherited. And it's been so for more than a year now. We are not going to tell you to go and publish your own timetable. You recall the challenges we've always had last year. We've inherited a very weak system and a hugely indebted system. IPPs are threatening to cut power supply. WAPCO is already reduced gas supply. ENI, Nigeria Gas also threatened. We had to pay some $35 million recently in order to hold the system. And so we are determined to do whatever it takes to hold the electricity system. The challenge with the electricity system, unlike other areas, when the lights go off, everybody complains. And so you have to do determined.
Finally, the Honorable Minister in the Twitter engagement talked about the fact that there will be some review of the ESLA and all the rest. I mean, you made some recommendations to him on dealing with the ESLA situation when it comes to these taxes?
Yes. We've made some recommendations. We've even asked that they should consolidate most of the taxes so that we know exactly how much comes and how much you deal with it. And he's agreed and he's done that. At the cabinet briefing, he made it clear that he had consolidated them and we'll channel them into the energy sector.
Finally, on the second gas plan, how far have we gone since you talked about the September shutdown and the implications for the power supply? Are we moving fast or
very fast? Very, very fast. There's also another option on the table. Gensa has approached us. I think they've commenced the construction of one gas processing plant. We are all Ghanaians. If there's a better option there, we'll look at it. What we want is to have solutions, and that's exactly what we are looking for.
Thank you, Honorable Fred. And I'll come back to you after the presentation.
Thank you.
And this is our coverage of the 2024 budget. I have an Honorable with me here as well to get your thoughts on your thoughts about the budget. What are your expectations in terms of the budget presentation, Honorable? And someone say, being in a privileged position as a former deputy minister, you know what goes on right now in the engine room and the preparation and the presentation.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. In the first place, I wish Dr. Atoforsen very well. He's been my friend, and I think in terms of competence, you won't doubt that. But what we are expecting from them first is to present the true state of the economy, because we think His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has been presenting something contrary to what we left over for them, so that Ghanaians will have the true picture to make their decisions, especially in the investment field. Because just Statistical Service about a couple of days came out with the fact that we are growing about 5.7%, almost twice 2016. So it's not that bad that they are painting, and they should ensure continuity, because governance is continuity. Development is a process. 2, they should manage the fiscal space well, and that should be demonstrated by the budget. How they are going to manage their spending, how they are going to manage the projects and the programs that they have, and the options. Is it debt financing predominantly, or revenue that they will generate? That will mean that their decisions and policies with respect to how they are going to manage tax policies, with respect to how they are going to manage tax policies, should be taken into consideration. Is it that they promise Ghanaians and they are going to stick to whether it will help Ghana or not, or they are going to have fair analysis of our fiscal space?
Kamed is faced with an option of removing these taxes. There will be a huge hole. How does he feel it, Honorable Fire?
My position on taxes has never changed. I've been very consistent. 1, broaden the base. Broaden the base, to have collect opportunity to tax them. 2, leakages, too much. It doesn't matter who is in government. We need to make sure that all these leakages are dealt with. 3, which is where the problem is, and I said tax management is calibrated. They should always introduce new taxes, increase tax items, or withdraw taxes or reduce tax items based on the prevailing status of the fiscal space. God, that should influence you, or that should inform your decision making whether to increase taxes or not. So I'm advising them that they know the current fiscal state of the economy. If they think the fiscal space is said that in terms of our obligations we have enough money, in terms of tax we are collecting we have enough money, and our debt to GDP has gotten to where we are okay, then they can take away taxes. But if not, they should be careful how they will manage our tax policies with respect to our fiscal space, because if you don't create the needed equilibrium and harmonize the relationships of the fiscal space elements, you will destroy your country. So that is my position on that.
Thank you, Honorable. And this is our coverage of the 2025 budget. And Mamiesi, I understand, is also picking up from live from Abosoka in terms of gauging the expectations of businesses on this budget. Over to you, Mamiesi, live from Abosokai.
Now is bustling over here. The marketers are ready for the presentation of the budget by the finance minister in parliament, and the people are ready to have their voices heard. I'm here to solicit their views on what to. I'm also here. Daddy, what's your name? And then we also have here Edda. So all these men here are ready, and they are here to tell us their views about the budget that is about to be read in a few minutes. Ojas, what are your expectations in this morning's budget?
Okay, good morning. Mechia Joy. Ahwefo na tiefo nyina yefre me Ojas. Na me waboso kan ha. Me expectation na me hwese finance minister. E de beba beto Ghana man nyina ni mama e ho atoye ne se government Yewura Mahama ye campaign wa hye bo bebre. Say obey taxes be if you want to say COVID tax and a ye levy no and then my expectation is say omumra mekasa na omutwitwa sa taxes ni nyina mu na emu no mesre pi say ma ometwa tax ni mu but otwa tax A na onkofa tax B emfa mehim esa na akoye te say de wa robo Peter e de ko pay Paul no ti mesrepi na me wabo so kan yi de another expectation I may expect finance minister and this year buying on my power and me another expectation is and yes oyi COVID-19 tax now wafa kwati kwan bi asan ko fat tax bi e de abehwem eno de my nya na sayasa kwasi ko na ogina kwanti ane te se ne yete na enti oyi tax ni fisu a na wayi kura asa ne yen ho beto yen ne yen so ye betumi ate ne ma so na consumers ne beto a na omo so ho atom na oman no afa ne ntoma pafra.
So you heard there from Ojas, he is also wanting that those taxes, COVID-19 tax, the e-levy be scrapped off, and certain taxes that are being charged at the port should also be scrapped off. Let me also hear from that. Daddy, now also ohane se ma minjina monchen ha kakra na me no ni nkomo kakra ansa na enne budget no ebe koso no madwumam te sense no se na ekọ because nyama no boa sese kwa na ekosoro etise nyama mu te se ma
yo me so ya fra me anka magimi na me dia me nimpa ne se first me ba bo so aka no na enipa enno so e wa ha Trese bibi enu ebetimi atrese obetimi asesa ne mama yakọ ya ni muda
and they said omo be mu nche say omo ya no ka say best 2 months kra ana omo adi wa be mu no omo trese omo be ye ne mama mu man emu ada ha ma mu and I didn't know kasa
yo me dey enta me kasa say obi a onim ne dey na anim no edi na ye wo man mu no bibi enu e trese ye betimi akọ ya chi biemu ye kọ anim kamba na say ye petro baby a beduru ye na me pesa do ba fo no be kasa omo to no no frame kan toko ebesi Ghana no
no remom no we ho den and this na aba
oh bad o maba
finance minister so the niema begugu akwem unti no say no
ya bompa ye say eniema a wode beba no emu oman no bibi ode beba bia na ebo oman no a oman me mitim bi enti pa ye bo say eniema on beka no meda da yen adada ene de abufuo ba enti se okase bia aboso kan munu bu container about 40 feet e be give 20 million ne e boy ensama na duru na agi 30 a asembeto no enti on ka de e be boa yen yes ye ni
na udino na nkama se no
mi di ankama jimi just oyen bibia enhame obi oben bibia na enhame sa na frame ankama jimi ene mbrof din ana me ga name so de uni oba jimi akwase bia ya wakonta ene me ga name oh so wa ha yenu ma ya abai wo ha no de obi aba bra we na me ne wo no ne na wo ba ko no eja no no asa ko sa ndu ni aba jimi a wase bia atimi fa no bi
obi de bia fa we ne ase
oh bebre kwa so men dai
okay so just summarizing what my father here is telling us, he's saying that initially he said he didn't have faith in the NDC government to, make things easier for them as traders. But he's open that the finance minister can introduce measures that will make the trading easy for them, even though there's a plethora of traders selling the same things and making the market difficult to maintain. But we'll see how the finance minister goes about his request. And then we have here also Elder. Yeah. Elder now also to say Nema Ben Sana Oton.
Oh, Nyamiadum, me ton radiator. The car. Car so be a free so say nuisance taxes. Any say e-levy, any betting tax no. Na me de nan ka min susuye mo pa say ki betting tax and I say e-levy na. It's as a free education, no. Near person free education, no, economy, no. And Kasi say free education levy, emra. Na eme say e levy ne betting tax in any. Say the bet make me abua sikano etimidi education ama. Because education no NDC ni ho and MPP ni ho. Ye nyina ye Ghana for enti eba ne sa ebeboa ama education atimi ayeden akona ni
unu akase ojasi kase ono also say taxes ni
abusiafo ni tifo ni atensema beka the energy minister FN John Jinapor ni ababontin likisa niema wiewo atofosing budget ni mo chese ne de energy sem ene beto Ghana for nimzenka dumso awodo ever because akofado eni na memoni na free power no power mdija NDC for 5 hours pe enti na budget na eba na nim se bia pese be mia Ghana for amon se bia dum so be kosni ade but niema energy minister FN John Jinapor to akwen mo no ade or say budget neighbor no betimi asa aboa kora ma kanena say aye ejina so na owie no kan say ene say light do mo baby na manfo blame say oh mahama bainti na zenisi but or say am blame government abetwem no because omona created that mess we so they are trying to fix it. Omo buy some baby the mobile set Ghana enti enye say bia omo blame and I say omo fault the mo bia blame omo say bia senisi because omo ba power company ni 3 months compo after no masha say the form of government no and niema papa omo person de magana for no nyina baba budget ni say women's bango say 24-hour economy say din by policy and easy for the ban from encourage kuzi mpenifo nyina so no obia be benefit bi so when expect say budget no obeka ni nyina abom any taxes ahodo a ensem fatan so be make sure some by abolition nyina and say e-levy emission taxes na better nyina no be make sure some be nyina free na joy for adom ye de omko bisibisa adwadi for anyone no me adwuma ewo aboso kan ni ade no as some more kase Niema mo expect situ mebuno mo no ene mranto mo no niema mo expect ban say out of force make sure because say betting tax so be ye fuel na there brand ba ko kan ni gisema say like na adwuma bi and some can see so pan chese or say when you adwuma anya krono no ba ko enti se omo the 24-hour economy ni ba no se be make sure say man to be nya adwuma ya kan ni baji pa eno ne ade on so yeden expect just say in same way no and I just say eyom busibisa ono mo yedwadi form o abuso kan na video no after say energy minister ne kasa wie no and I say am so yeden every share had to forcing well pan because say ono na down for pan no you onim so beti me deliver and they were expected fi out of force one say obe make sure so be den obe present the real economy no many kwanso chiacha no na de no wanyi ni ha man in Ghana so de enti man in chiacha no wa mo hwe mesa hoto am create ya wose man in chiacha no niema enye no out of force be de be kanin na niema wono mo bae te se kenofrata yi fi one finance minister also be buy no so niema mess also creating no adobe exposing nyina enti de Stephen amoa kan de honorable Stephen amoa kan de enya de ne ya adwen because niema wono obeka nyina magana for de ehu niema mo create a afina omba be ehehehye o man yi no sani menyina to force so be de obeka nyina enti niema Stephen amoa kan de me hu ne se entaso na weni niema bebe no mind o makeka ewo video ni matches na enya sing to bit match ya ndwa na the comments bit so share more than for so ni biahwe higher for NGH